In this session, let's learn how to submit standard report. Broadly, there are two kinds of requests we can submit. One is financial and other one standard. Financial reports refer to FSG, financial statement generator reports, which are created by using the FSG tools. Primarily, this tool is used to generate quick reports and also reports like profit and loss account and balance sheet to customize to the specific requirement. The second set of reports, which are called standard reports, these reports come out of the box, which serves the purpose of retrieving tons of information for the end user. So let's see how to submit a standard report. So we are in 2M Global General Ledger, and let's go to reports, request, standard. So if you click on the standard, and we have option to submit a single request and a request set. The difference between the single request and the request set is single request kicks up one concurrent request and generates the report. Request set kicks up multiple reports. So let's look at the single request first, then we'll come back to request set. Now let's run a trial balance report. See, hundreds of reports are standard reports available out of the box. So let's say trial balance, single request. Let's say there are standard reports, hundreds of standard reports, and let's run trial balance report. See, for trial balance we have like more than half a dozen reports just for trial balance. So let's choose trial balance detail report. Now all the standard reports have come with the parameter, either predefined parameter or parameter that you can choose from. For example, for the trial balance, because we have access to we have responsibility of 2M Global, that is the only ledger that is available for us to choose from. And because the USD is a default currency, so that currency comes in as a default value. And also we have the option to choose the currency type. Assuming we don't want USD report, but I want report based on our entered currency transaction. For example, you entered the transaction in yen and you want to generate only the report for that particular entered currency, we can do that also. So for now, let's take, and also statistical entries. Now page break. So this is an important parameter here. What the system is asking you is, how do you want to see the report? Do you want to see the report company wise, cost center wise, line of business wise, region or intercompany? So it will give you in any of these parameters. And if you observe, the one value that is really missing here is the account. So because account is a common factor for running any report, so that's not available. But the rest of them, rest of the parameters are available for you to choose from. See, for example, let's say line of business. Let's choose line of business. Now the line of business we have here is from energy, construction, transport, and retail. So let's go from 100 to 400. Okay. Say period. In the period section, you can run for any specific period. So let's choose July 2013. And amount type. The amount type also has an option, like for example, project to date, period to date, year to date. So let's choose year to date. So period to date means it's primarily for that particular period or the month, whichever the period type. So project to date refers to the from project to date. So let's look at period to date, submit. So it's asking you whether you want to submit one more. I say no, because I want to see this report. Now once a report is submitted, I can come back and view the report here on the top of the there are menus at the top. Click on view, say request, and fine. So the trial balance is still running. So let's refresh this. So it's completed. Let's view the output. Now if you look at this, if you look at the top, it primarily says line of business range and 2M Global is a ledger, and line of business is 100. So this transaction from here to here totaling to 11,000 is a is transaction related to energy, line of business 100. So similarly here we have transaction for transport, which is line of business 300, referring to some particular values, and once again for 400 we have line of business, we have some transaction. So similarly you can generate this report for based on the company, cost center, region, etc. So let's run the same report, trial balance report based on the company. Submit request, submit a new request, and say trial balance. Let's go to the same trial balance detail. Now this time we will run a page break based on the company. Say we are company 1, 2, say up to 3, say okay. So period July, and we'll say year to date. Submit. So let's view the output. See, if you look at this, now the output is based on the company, not on the line of business. So this is company 1000 trial balance, company 2000 trial balance, and company 3000. So that's how the system delivers the report based on the parameters. Now let's look at another request for entered currency. So let's go to trial balance detail, and here entered currency, I will take, instead of total, I'll take the entered currency. So what we are trying to achieve is, if you have created any journal entry in journal ledger in the non-US currency, so that's what we want to pull out. So we are saying currency type is entered currency, and currency entered, we have entered the transaction in yen. So for the page break, let's go with say cost center. Okay, so finance to supply chain. Okay, so on PDL, let's say July, and amount type is year to date. Okay, say submit. So here we have one yen transaction between the cost center 100 to 400. Basically it's under cost center 400, so it brings up that activity. So primarily you can submit your report for your primary currency or for the entered currency. Now let's look at report set. View, request, submit a new request, request set. So primarily what happens in request set is it brings up multiple reports in one single set. Basically it's a combination of multiple reports in one set. So let's take this. See, like I mentioned, basically this FSG run parts what the report set consists of two programs. One is statement generator program and another program here. Basically it kicks off one after the other and completes the concurrent request. Primarily this is how we submit a standard request in Oracle.